Hi everyone, this is my video on how inflammation works in the body, the signs and symptoms, and what occurs when inflammation is present within the body, and what can that lead to if inflammation is left untreated. It's the response to injury or harmful conditions or microbial infections in organisms, meaning us, like humans or cats, dogs, basically any higher level organism. And it's a protective response when the harmful agents are removed from the body or parts of the tissues that have been damaged, and then they're in the process of healing. There are 3 steps to inflammation. You have initiation, regulation, and resolution. In response to a proper stimulant, the inflammation will be initiated within minutes at the site of the encounter, meaning wherever a pathogen or a virus or some kind of infection has been able to enter the body and is starting to affect surrounding cells. And this is the major rule of the innate immune system, is to initiate the response to this pathogen or virus or infection within the body. This is when the mast cells, the macrophages, dendritic cells, lymphocytes, and neutrophils are recruited to the site, depending on the type of the foreign body that is present. For example, in a case of microbial infection, the cell receptors of the immune cells recognize the pathogen and produce an inflammatory mediators like inflammatory cytokines. These regulate the progression of the inflammation process by modifying the permeability of the infected or damaged tissues, and permeability just means like what the cell is allowing in and out of the cell. And this brings in more neutrophils and plasma in large quantities in order to stop the infection from progressing by limiting the cells that it is spreading to. So the cells that are infected are the ones that are targeted and neutralized basically by the response of the infectious cells. The plasma contains required antibodies and complement factors for the entire pathway to be completed, while simultaneously the immune cells will neutralize the foreign bodies. Excessive production of these mediators will secrete acute phase proteins, and these will induce brain cells for systemic effects as symptoms. And the key signs of inflammation are redness, swelling, heat, and pain. So that's how you can tell if an area of your body is infected, or if there's something that is going on in that area. You can pretty much see it by the swelling. You can feel it by the heat. You can see the redness around it, and this means that your body is attempting to fight off an infection. The regulation stage this is when the adaptive immune response kicks in, and it resolves the infection or heals the tissues that have been damaged. Sometimes if this is not stopped at a certain point by the body, it can cause chronic inflammation, which can be harmful. And this is linked to autoimmune disorders like lupus. It can also be associated with heart disease, diabetes, Crohn's, arthritis, ulcerative colitis, and even cancer. So it's important for obviously your body to respond to any pathogens by initiating an inflammatory response, so your body knows that there is something that is present in the body, and you know yourself. But if this inflammation keeps on and becomes chronic and it's not going away, then this can also have detrimental effects on the body. So sometimes the immune response just is not responding properly, and so the inflammation constantly occurs. So you do have to take other treatments in order to fix this. But that is my discussion on inflammation, and I hope it was simple enough for you to understand it. Thank you.